Welcome back to the channel. We are back on the Crew Motorfest, as you can see today. Last episode, well, not last episode, but last video, we was on Forza Horizon 5, but today we are on the Crew Motorfest because I like switching between the two. I like both the games at the minute, so I thought, why not, come back on the Crew Motorfest. But today, I don't even know what we're doing, Duvet. I think we're going to try and test out a vehicle, try and get ourselves a vehicle that we haven't actually tested out yet. So let's go shopping. Why not? What is this? This seems pretty cool. The Audi RS W e-tron. So it's an electric rally road vehicle. Okay, yeah, let's buy that. That's intrigued me a little bit. 420k isn't too bad, and it's a rally road vehicle. I don't have many rally road vehicles, so yeah, let's go with the RS W e-tron because it sounds pretty cool and it looks pretty cool as well. But yeah, no customization, which is fine. It looks like it's got a flat tire as well. Why does it have a flat tire? But whatever, we'll leave it as it is. Can't even properly change the livery, but that's fine. Let's get on to the, where is it? The performance parts for this vehicle. Here we go. Do I have any? I got some 590 parts. No, not a lot. Okay. We'll put the 590 parts on that we have and then get some from another vehicle. So I'll do that and I'll be back in a second. Right, this thing that now has a top speed of 149 miles per hour, a 0 to 60 in 2.67 seconds, brake distance 60 to 0 is 19.8 yards, and it also has 841 horsepower. I don't know if this thing's new. It looks new. I've not seen it before, so let's test it out and see if it, one, is new, and two, if it is any good. Of course, we've got some more Red Bull events. We've got the Red Bull Wild Ride. I actually have no idea what this is properly, but it looks like it's more to do with boats and bikes and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. It could be a mix of everything again. But let's find ourselves the actual event I'm looking for, which is a Red Bull event, but I just can't find it on a map. I don't know the actual name of it. And of course, I've started the event without putting it on custom mode. Let me reconfigure. Why have I done that? I don't know why I've done that, but we did it. Okay, let's go on to custom mode and then pick our vehicle. We're not using the Ford, we are using the Audi, and let's go. Let's see if this thing is any good and how good this thing can actually be as well. Here we go, the Red Bull event. This is the event I was looking for. Well, off we go. This thing does look pretty cool. It's got a tire, it's got a spare tire on both sides. That is so cool, man. That is pretty sick. Well, it looks like it anyway. That is pretty sick. Anyway, let's go. This thing is of course electric, so the acceleration and the 0 to 60 will be insane, which it pretty much is. That handling, well, that turn there wasn't too bad either. Oh, okay. It does feel quite glidey when it turns, which is nice, and I've took the wrong path here, but it's all good. Yeah, this thing feels quite light, which I quite like actually. Especially for a rally raid vehicle. You don't really want a heavy vehicle, you want something that is quite light and that can probably turn quite well. But that wasn't a good example of that there. But yeah, I keep forgetting to press X to use my boost now because of Forza. Obviously Forza X, or on PlayStation, X is to handbrake on Forza Horizon 5, whereas on the Crew Motorfest it's to do a boost. So it's two completely different functions, and yeah, I don't want to mess up pressing X on Forza at all, but so I just like completely stopped pressing X altogether. But back on the Crew Motorfest, I need to use it again. Yeah, this thing is nice and smooth. This thing is nice and smooth. What does this thing look like in first person as well? Try not mess up the turn. Sort of did a little bit, but as you can see, it almost drifts as well, which is quite nice because a lot of rally raid vehicles just are very hard to actually control and they feel very arcadey. This still does feel quite, of course, this still does feel quite arcadey, but not as much as the ones that have come with the Crew 2 or come over from the Crew 2 and the ones that actually started on the Crew Motorfest. Because what, this game's been out for like a year now? No, 2 years. 2 years in September, I think. September, 2 years, which is crazy to me because it still feels like this game is like really, really new. I mean, it is really new, like compared to a lot of other games, but yeah, 2 years is still quite a long time. So I'm quite surprised about that. And of course, it's nice to see that after 2 years, they're still updating the game. Of course, I mean, they were still updating the Crew 2 like 6, 7 years after release, which is just insane. And that's what games should do. They shouldn't just, release a game for like a year or two and then bring out another one, FIFA, an NBA, them sort of games. Do even what Fortnite's doing. I don't even like Fortnite, but they've continued to upgrade that game constantly, and it's now like the biggest game probably ever, one of the biggest games ever behind like a GTA. So yeah, they definitely did something right there. But as this race has gone on, I mean the turning, even though it's quite easy, it almost oversteers a little bit, which is a bit annoying, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of oversteering. I don't think anyone is, but yeah, it's a bit annoying sometimes. So it's sort of not grown on me, the handling of this vehicle, but it's fine. We've finished the event now. And yeah, time for my final verdict of this vehicle to see if it is worth the price. Okay, so this vehicle, what, was 420,000 crew bucks, which is a decent price for a rally raid vehicle. I think it's a bit on the high end, but still a fairly average, decent price. No customization whatsoever. I mean, this thing is fast performance-wise. The brakes are okay, and the handling, I sort of liked it at the start, but then as the race went on, it sort of disappointed a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the handling overall now that the event is finished. So out of 10, I'm going to give this vehicle a 7, no, a 6.8 out of 10. Doesn't even deserve a 7, I don't think. A 6.8 out of 10. It's a usable vehicle, but not one I would pick again, I don't think. It just didn't really have that spark or anything when I was using it. So yeah, not really a great vehicle overall. So 6.8 I think is fair for this vehicle. And of course, if you have used it, tell me what you think of it down below in the comment section. Way down there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.